What's going on, family? It's your cousin, Jenelle Simone, and I am so glad that you are watching tonight because we are lifting the veil. That's right. We are giving you exclusive all access to the iconic porcelain house of Miyake Mugler's Friday night key, baby. So go on and get your liquor, get your and I'm just letting you know right now, the content for tonight's show may not be suitable for all audiences. Okay? So now let's get into the real tea as we bring in the wonderful, the beautiful, the glamorous. The gods are coming in tonight. Yes, we have the founding father, icon, David Mugler.
Hey y'all, what's going on? It's Friday night. Let's have some fun. Let's have some fun.
I am
Let's
so
have
glad you
some
are
fun.
here. Now, of course, it couldn't just be me and you. No, we had to
Absolutely
bring
not.
overall mother exotic Mugler. Hello? Hello? Hey, legend,
Hi,
legendary,
Janelle. How are you?
legendary.
Okay.
Absolutely. How
What a
doing,
beautiful
sweetheart?
smile. What a beautiful smile.
Just gorgeous. Just wake up like that. You
You,
just wake up like that. That's not fair.
you
That's
know
not
what?
fair.
God is good all the time.
All the time.
I have
And
so
now
much
that
All
to
the
we got
smile
our
time.
about. I'm so excited that the house is on Legendary this season. I have so much to smile about right now.
right.
So that's why I'm going to be ear to ear all night long.
Yes, and now that we've got beauty on the screen, we got to add the fashion. So of course, we need overall forma, okay? Legendary Yusef Mugler.
Work, work. Yes.
Hey,
Yes.
Father.
Hey, father.
Hate you, hate it, Roxy. I know you gay.
Yes,
What's up,
chef.
everybody? Hi, Janelle.
Ah, look at you looking all refreshed and good. Your skincare looking lovely. You got to show me your tricks.
A little Fenty Beauty.
I'm okay. I see you.
That was not a advertisement. I didn't get paid for that.
Yeah.
Hello.
And of
Fenty, if
course,
you want to advertise on this network, feel free.
that's right. You make sure you
Send you
hit up
rate.
Black Ground Productions. And shout out to our switchboard production there. We've got Roxy Mugler in the background, always behind the curtains, doing all the hard work that us
Yes, ma'am.
girls just
Roxy,
can't do.
hey,
But
hey.
let's get into the Friday night key.
Yes, chef.
Okay, I am so excited because in this series, we are going to be talking about season 2 of the show on HBO Max. Legendary. How do y'all feel about the Muglers gracing the stage?
Ah,
Beyond. I'm blown
Yes.
away, and
Yeah.
it. I knew it was coming, and now that it's here, it's like holy shit.
Yes.
I'm
yes.
excited.
The adrenaline like leading up to like the premiere
Mhm.
has been like just crazy for me. Like I couldn't sleep last night. I was like, even all day, I was all jittery all day long because I just wanted to make sure that I got to see it again and again and again and again. And I just want to make this statement that, you know, not only was it good seeing, our house in ballroom, but just seeing ballroom presented on that stage in that forum and in that light, it was just wow. I was like, look at where we came from, you know because I come from those days of the Elks Lodge and so on and so forth. So
Oh,
we
silly.
went from
You better
a
sell it.
gymnasium. Thank you, sugar. But
Free
we came
football
from
day.
Right.
basements and gymnasiums and things of that nature to here
Mm.
we are on the big stage, and that is just awesome. Like I swear, like you would have never thought of this in a million years, but it's here, and it's definitely a breath of fresh air. I love it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So,
For me, oh no, I'm sorry.
no, go
For
ahead.
me, I think for me, like I'm just super excited. I know a lot of my friends tapped in and was like, yo, you're so happy, so excited, and gag. And I was like, I'm really not gagging because I know the capability of my kids in this house, and how high they know they set bar. I think it was just exciting for me to finally get to express what I get to see on our turf with the rest of the world. It was super exciting, just to see how it would be received. So that was a really good thing for me.
Now, it's interesting because on this show, they really make an emphasis on asking the participants, what does their house mean to them? I want to ask the question to you. What does the house, the iconic international house of Miyake Mugler, what does that mean to you individually?
Who
Well,
wants to go first?
to me, I would. For me, it's the number one thing is about family. It's about progress. It's about achievement. It's about forward looking and taking things to the absolute next level and pushing the envelope as far as we can possibly do. That's what it is for me.
Okay.
Anyone else want to chime in? Over my mother, over my father.
Absolutely. Miyake Mugler, this house to me means family, distinction, grace, elegance, class, sophistication, all the things that it takes to succeed in life. We learn, from each other. I've learned, from the best, from David and Nigel and some of the, older members in the house that instilled those qualities way before my time. And I'm so thankful for them. And, all, like I say, that we learn and all that we teach. So, it definitely is flown and trickled down to the younger ones and that are out on the big screen doing the things that we would never even imagine. And I just say, like, it's just so much love. It's just so much love.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, me to piggyback off of what these guys said is, pretty much the same feeling. Is universal. I think for me, I'm still learning what this house means to me every day. Like I feel like it's a ongoing process. You know what I mean? I learn, I receive things. I'm getting better. You know what I mean? At being a role model. You know what I'm saying? Having the house look at you and look up to you is really important. And I feel like when you get new members, it's like it's a reboot. We're starting over again, and you have to really like instill all of those things that we've learned from David and Grant's and Nigel's and the other founding members of the house, and like kind of like passing that on and hoping that these kids are receiving it and using it in their everyday life inside and outside of ballroom. So I think family and just being there for each other, supporting each other, good and bad, or indifferent, still being able to come back like a real family and deal with things and be big stars on main screen and inside of a gymnasium at a ballroom in Charlotte, North Carolina, or, on the big stage, you know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, like, which I think, it is what it is. So, yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. It's ballroom, baby. It's ballroom.
Ballroom, baby, exactly. And so now with all the houses that are going to be on this season, you have hundreds of members. Collectively, you've got 5 that's going to be on the series this season. And tell me more or give blessings to those who've been chosen. We've got the New York father icon Arturo. I'm talking about Vogue Femme Dude, legendary Prince, soft and how does Roxy say it? See you next Tuesday. You got legendaries Diego, Malik, Tati. Like that's the group that is representing the full house of Miyake Mugler. Like, what are you expecting to see this season from them?
I can only expect greatness. We have a lot of talented people in the house, and our process, with narrowing it down to the top 5 was a very interesting process. I don't think everybody should know how that happened, but it was very fair and it was well thought out, and everybody did their part to where the house could do nothing but support and cheer on each other, cheer on the ones who were now down to be the top 5 to go on to legendary. I know for a fact from Diego, his growth from like little Lego Diego, you know what I mean? My ego Diego to like this man. It's like phenomenal, and he still wants to vogue. He still can show that, you know, he's a contender as a performance kid, even though he looks like a sex siren, you know, perfect 10 guy. And then you have Prince, who is undeniable, like Pussy Supreme of all things, Dream, and Wet on the floor. He's undeniable. And then you have my daughter Tati, who we all know is a maniac when it comes to performance.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
And to see her grow, and it's just like her, Malik, to see them grow up into these like performers and know their craft and really like sit in it and be comfortable in it with the help of Arturo, like it's
yeah.
If I had a microphone, it would be on the floor. Yeah, to have Arturo was a dream, and I know this is something that like people don't know, but Arturo, you know, really didn't want to do it, but you know, at the end of the day, it's like Arturo deserves to be in the spotlight. He deserves these moments, and he deserves to be seen and acknowledged and put in that light, you know. So it's his time. I went down the whole line, y'all. I just have to just basically knock it out. But like to show they all deserve to be where they are right now, and they're going to do everything to make sure they get that money. I'm sure of it.
Yes. I would definitely say watching all of them come up in Mugler, Arturo being someone that has not only been a force in this house, but has helped others in other houses, you know, train, teach, develop. He's not only in ballroom, but in life itself. You know, he's a master choreographer and has really put his craft to developing some of the best people out there that are dancing for a lot of stars and things like that we know of and that we love and we enjoy. You know, just when I found out he was doing it, I was like, okay, I could work with that, because I know that he's going to do everything that he possibly can to make us shine in the greatest light possible. You know, I think the entire team, to me, when I found out about the team, because I mean, we had a process, and I was part of that process. But once we narrowed everybody down to the single five in which we were going to move forward with, you know, I was very pleased. I was very happy. I know that everybody that's on that team is going to leave it on the floor. That's one. Two, they're going to humbly, you know, go out there and they're going to do what's necessary, and they're going to be humble about it, but they're also going to be divas about it at the same time. So, you know, we got some heat out there right now, you know, and I'm just looking forward to what it's going to look like at the end. I know it's going to, you know, in my heart, you know, I'm like, yes, we're going to do this. We're going to do this the right way. And I'm proud of them. Like, I'm so proud of them. Win, lose, or draw, I'm so proud of them.
So when I first saw the team, found out who all was on the team, my immediate response was, oh yeah, we definitely should win this with this team. It's a team of 100% complete. Our biggest heavy hitters. When I say heavy hitters, I mean heavy hitters. Meaning that every time one of them hits the floor or all of them hits the floor, it is so much noise, and it's always grand prize. So I had no doubt in my mind that this would be an amazing squad. You know, seeing everyone from Tati, like she's a princess of Vogue. Everybody loves Tati. The girl is super talented and she's gorgeous. You know, that you can't get any better than that. Malik, I say energy on 1,000. He's
okay, I love him.
That
is my baby. I love him so much.
And I've seen so much growth in him. I remember when he first came, he was so tiny, and to see him now, he used to be so shy and quiet back then, and now with so much attitude and so much fierceness, it's just like, wow, like this is Malik now.
Yes.
And Prince has always been my baby. He's always just so sensual, and it's just so fluid. It's like you have to have that, just that balance. Like we have dramatics, we have the glitz and the glamour from Tati, we have the fluidity, the soft and cunt from Prince, and then you have the kind of the boyishness, like I said, from Diego. And shout out to Diego. This is a really, really difficult season, and
Yeah.
for him,
Yeah.
I'm sure as you guys know, he lost his
Yeah.
mom maybe 2 weeks before right after he was casted for the show, before he had to go on, and after going on the show, that hurt on your heart. I take my hat off to him for still going out and presenting the House of Mugler. That's how I know he really, really loves his house just as much as I do, just as much as we all do. And we hope that that same energy and that same love that he displays for his house, and for is, like I said, trickle down through the rest of the kids too.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
My
God
heart.
bless his mom. Yeah.
Yeah, my heart goes
His
out
family.
to him and his family, and him still going on the show and being able to perform at the level that I know he will, speaks volumes of him as an individual, and it speaks volumes of his mom, who raised him to be the man that he is today. And wow, it's just so appreciative, and he knows that there's nothing but love over here. He knows that. So, we have, let's take it back. We got the best team out there. Let's, we're going to see what it work with. We're going to see what it do. So back to you, girl.
Absolutely. And it's one thing that I see from the outside looking in, the family that you all exude, like the love. Everywhere I've traveled with you guys, like a roadie, I've always felt the love within you. And and it means so much to have that family,
Oh yeah,
surrounding.
definitely.
That's why I'm your cousin, on
Thank
your
you,
social
sugar.
media side. Okay.
And he loves you.
You the Mugler cousin.
You always
There
got
you
that.
go.
You always got that pretty cuz that everybody and for that all the boys just like. You just like
Yep.
cuz. Here we go. And she got boyfriends that's football players and basketball players, and
See, there
she
you
come
go.
home for Christmas laced in bags and everything. Oh hey,
That's the
that's
cuz.
cuz. That's
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 good.
cuz.
That's
That's me.
cousin.
That's me. Okay, so we are here for the Friday night key, right? So of
Yes,
course
that's the
we're
key.
gonna get into something. So I have a question before we even get into the actual show. Let's say hypothetically,
Mhm.
what other house would you want to battle face to face? You, like, of course, the iconic porcelain Miyake Mugler, honey. Who would actually be worthy of the challenge?
Well, I mean, no one actually.
I would have to agree with that.
To be fair, to be totally fair. But I mean, in this competition, then yeah, I honestly think that like the House of Balenciaga is a strong force when it
Yeah.
comes to the competition.
Well, they
in
were
this
birthed
show.
from Mugler, sugar, so
they come from us, so. I mean,
Yeah, but I mean, not the fact that they were their founders were once Muglers. Not to say just that, they just have a lot of members. They have a very
Yeah.
strong presence in ballroom.
Yeah,
and
they do.
They are, they're top dogs. So
Yes.
I think whenever we run into like some competition, I feel like it would be either with the Balenciagas or I don't know what other house. I wouldn't say Garcon. I mean, we love Garcon, but like, I mean,
I would say Garcon. I mean, we definitely, they were birthed from Mugler as well, and
but you can't say that
I
just
would
because
say,
of the birth, just because
but I
you
would say
gave birth to those children.
it's not
That
just because of that. It's
no,
about, it has everything to do with the upbringing, the foundation in which they were brought in. I'm sure they had to bring some of that to their house and to their parenting skills. So I would say, I mean, you guys know how I am a stickler for perfection at all costs possible. So, I'm sure some of that has rubbed off on them, and I'm sure we're gonna see a
listen, I'm
tactical
worried
battle out
about.
there.
but that's too obvious. So I'm really worried about like houses like the House of Tishi. I'm
Oh yeah,
worried about, the House of Prodigy, who I know is there, who have a lot of performers in their house.
yeah,
You
yeah.
know what I
They
mean?
do.
So when you think about Garcon and when you think about Balenciaga, they have a lot of runway and face and things like that. They're not really known for performance. So I'm really like worried about the performance houses that have like this talent that,
Right,
haven't really yet to peak, you know what I
right,
mean, in
right, right,
ballroom.
right,
And
right.
they ready to
Well,
like unleash and let
for
people have
me,
it.
I don't really think I'm worried about any of the houses in.
Let's lose the
Well, I
word
mean,
worried.
well, yeah,
But,
Not worried, or
you
not
know,
really concerned, really much, because
concerning.
I think, like I said, you have the houses that are performers, and we see this all the time in ballroom. And I think one of the things that sets our house apart is originality and creativity and innovation when it comes to hitting the ballroom floor. And I think that is what makes Miyake Mugler stand apart from a lot of the other houses, is because people almost expect us to have that wow factor of what they're gonna do now, because at the end of the day, like, it's always Mugler that comes out with the next big idea, with the next moment, or with the next they expect from us all the time. So it's
That's
almost
it.
like we always set the bar, and it's not true to horn, but it just is what it is.
It's a gift and a curse.
Right. That's what we've bred into our kids, into our house, and into our mission in ballroom, is to innovate, to go out and inspire, and set the standard. Always set the standard for whatever you do in life, on the floor and off the floor. So.
Exactly.
And so
It's
on
up
that
and it's
note,
up and it's up and
and on that note, I
cheers.
think we should get
Okay,
into
cheers.
it. And it's time to go ahead and display the innovative, the creative. That's what we speak of when we think of Miyake Mugler. Come
Okay,
on,
Mugler.
guys.
All right.
So we are
Who's
super
that?
excited because we are checking out episode 1 of season 2 of Legendary. I
I'm
am
ready. Let's
so
go. Let's
excited
do this.
to do this. Guess right. Get
I
your
gotta put my
drink.
Well,
glasses
this
on, y'all.
sucks.
Get your
This sucks that
glasses.
you
Yes.
guys didn't let us watch this all day. So now we're just tuning in for the first
I gotta
time.
put
And
my glasses on because I
I
can't
feel like,
see.
Hello. Get your glasses. Get your readers on. We about to do this.
Got my
I
readers
need,
on, baby. I can see now.
I need alcohol for this.
All right.
Well,
Wow.
there we have it. That
Look.
was the debut.
Okay, that was a debut, baby. Miyake Mugler, like all day, every day for me.
That's how you hit
I
the
want to know
stage.
what you thought about the performance overall.
So I thought the
Well,
performance was flawless. When I say from the entrance to the backdrops to the color blocking, the uniforms, the unison, they each look like something out of a music video. They looked professional, like they knew exactly what they were doing, what they came to do when they did it. They represented the house to the epitome of what Portia stands for.
Next person say
And
flawless got a drink.
okay.
for me, it was everything. Like I would have to piggyback on Exotic, what he stated. It was absolutely beautiful. I mean, it was captivating. It got your attention from start to finish. It was clean. It was professional. It was beautiful to watch, and they all looked in unison. Like they didn't look like they were worried about the next move. I mean, it just looked flawless. It looked like they
Have a
do this
drink.
every
You
day.
said flawless.
So,
Take a
Yes,
drink.
yes,
got it. I got it.
and I have to say this: there were no mistakes, there were no falls, there were none of that.
Flaws, take up drink.
Ooh, 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 ooh.
Take another
Let
drink
me
because she
drink.
said flawless.
Let me
Well,
drink.
That's
Let me drink.
I think for me, yeah, I think it was a good start. Me, I'm the stage mom, so I'm always telling my kids like, hey, I mean, you could have, did a little bit more smiling or spend a little harder. You know what I mean? But nah, I'm really proud of them, and I think that
Yeah.
like there's so much more to come from them. Like that's just the beginning. I could feel that there's a lot of things brewing, and I know going into this, like the conversations we had and the ideas we had,
Yeah.
that they had, like brainstorming and stuff. So yeah, they were not Power Rangers. That was actually Terry Mugler Follies fashion show.
Exactly.
You would see the exact outfits, but maybe that's what Power Ranger was inspired by. Who knows? Law Roche.
For somebody who's supposed to be so deep into fashion, I think you would have caught that. But.
Don't read the
It's
comments.
like sugar. We gonna leave her alone.
Don't read
We gonna leave her alone.
She's just doing her job.
I'm just protecting.
She's just doing what needs to be done, and that
No,
is just,
she didn't do what needed to be done in that case.
You absolutely are. But what I do feel right now, and I know this is off everything, I think because of the house that we are, and like Mother spoke earlier about like the expectations are always set so high for us, even going into a regular ball. Now that we're on the main stage, to see that like people outside of ballroom and celebrities are still looking at us and still holding us to that standard because of the hard work that us three, have, and so many others, have put in the work that we've put in to make sure that when people hear the name Miyake Mugler, that they know that this better be fucking. Let me pull up my chair. Let me see what's going on. So I'm used to that. You know what I mean? I always call it like premeditated judgment. You know what I mean? Because what they expect from us, but we did that to ourselves, and I like it. So therefore,
I like it too.
I agree.
I love it.
I can definitely respect that for sure.
Because in the same tongue, as much as LaRoche gave a strong 8, in the same breath, he said that Miyake Mugler was the house to beat. Like,
he did say that.
He gave much respect, even with that.
He knew that as soon as he saw the name on the marquee.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why it's let me see what else he got. But I'm sure there's so much more to come.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And we love LaRoche. I mean, he's like Yusef said, he's doing his job. Like he's absolutely doing his job. His job is to be critical. His job is to say to them, okay, bitches, y'all came out here with all this confidence. Push the envelope. Y'all say y'all gonna push the envelope. Push the fucking envelope. So that's that's what
he messing with the right house. So
exactly, because they're gonna respond. They're gonna respond to his 8. Trust me, they're gonna respond to that 8. And they're going to do it with a fierceness.
Yeah, you even mentioned that you saw
8's a good number. 8's actually a good number. 8 is a good number.
8 is a good number.
I'm gonna play that number tomorrow.
It's a lucky number. It's my lucky number.
I'm gonna play that number tomorrow.
That 8 only meant that from then on there were going to be 10s.
Yeah.
So we shall see.
Let's see. Okay.
So within the group that you have representing the house, do you think there's going to be any wild cards that's going to stand out in the season, one that we should watch for, that's just going to jump out of the pack?
Interesting question.
I say Arturo.
Yeah.
In my mind, because we know that, like, on the floor, I know Malik is a extraordinary, like, battle cat. Tati is so much more when she's battling somebody. Like the things they do, Diego, the things he does. Like he come out and get his 10s in the like easiest, softest way. But when I see him battling people, he's a completely different person. Prince also, you know what I mean? As soft and cunt as he is, this like ferocious cat comes out of him that like you'll be like, and Arturo hasn't been in that like space in a long time to where he had to battle or vogue because he's just been a leader and doing doing what comes natural at this point in his ballroom career. So I think like people better not sleep on Toots. I think he's gonna. I think you know, those shoes are dusted off, and he is
Okay.
oiling up those old ass bones from 97, 96, and he's about to show
Ooh,
the girls that
This
like
is
okay.
where they got it from.
WD-40 in it.
He's showing exactly. He's about to show them that he's the blueprint of Oak Fam, and that he has made all the beats, and he has taught all the girls, and he's going to show them. I think
Yeah.
that's who I'm rooting for. Arturo.
Me too.
Okay.
Arturo Mugler. Miyake.
Uh,
I'm sorry for
Yes.
this part.
Yes.
Let's also talk about it. So even with the judging, do you think that the judges left room for your team, your house to grow, or do you think this is going to be a hindrance or kind of knock them off their game for the next one?
I mean, I think it is.
Mm.
I think it's a hindrance. I think in competition, there always has to be, you know, and I'm an ex-athlete, you know, I used to play no sports. So, so but what I do know in the game of sports, that like curveballs are thrown to either, you know, distract your components or weaken, you know. So I feel like it's a thing, and maybe that's not something that they're doing, you know, knowingly, but it could go either way. You know what I'm saying? Like it could really hinder them, or it could make them stronger. But I'm betting on my house, my family. We done been through a lot of shit. You know what I mean?
Yes, we have.
Splits and
Yeah.
this and that, and it only made us stronger. And I don't see why this wouldn't make us stronger
I
either.
mean, 10 times stronger
Yeah.
than we were before. And
Yeah.
even when I sit back and I listen to the critique and I look at it, and to answer your question, I do feel like it makes room for improvement. I feel like no one wins. The ladder to success is not one that just goes straight up. It always goes here, here. It's the reality of success and before it goes here. And sometimes it goes all the way down before it goes all the way up. And like I've said before, you know, the race is not given to the swift nor to the strong, but to the one that endures to the end.
To
At least
the
that's what I
end.
was.
You better come
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
You better say that.
Amen.
Church. Hello.
You better
And
preach. Take
I
us to church
have,
now.
oh, absolutely. Oh, I have faith in my house that we will endure to the end. And this is just the beginning. Like I said, I like the fact, even I'm protective of my kids, I can respect the fact of that strong 8 because, like I said, I know my kids and I know they're going to come back harder next time because of it.
That strong 8 is really turning you. That strong 8 is serving you.
Yes, it is. It's serving me too. But
It's the strong 8 for me.
baby, I already know. You know,
I love
my
that.
numerous conversations with all of them. You know, it's always like, you know what? Win, lose, or draw, you're gonna leave it on the floor. You're gonna do the very, very best that you possibly can. And I know that they're gonna do that. I think that they're gonna take that 8 and they're gonna work with it. They're gonna work with it and they're going to work it out where that 8 is non-existent going forward. So I have the confidence in them, you know, the greatest confidence in the world. But like Yusef said, it could go either way. But with this group of folk, that 8 is going to be an inspiration to make them do better
Yeah.
and to work harder. So
Yeah, they can. They're
to
looking
push
at
the
that.
envelope.
Right. That team, they knowing their personalities, that those are the ones that cannot be broken easily.
Exactly.
They cannot be broken.
Not with an 8.
No.
No.
Mm-mm.
Well, I
Come again,
cannot
La
wait.
Roche.
Yeah, that's right. Come for it. That's fine. Y'all ready? Y'all
You ready?
ready?
Yes.
But I cannot wait to see what happens further in the series, and because
Me either.
they're going to be challenged in so many different ways. Because I believe your entire team is performance, but then there's also going to be the aspect of selling face. Like, will your house be able to? I mean, overall, Mother Exotic, you are legendary. Hello, oh, there you go. Oh. just serve a little bit. So I'm excited to see how those challenges are, if that's not something that they're used to doing. Because I know in last season there was a lot that have never walked a ball before ever. I mean, I've even walked the ball before, but there have been people who never walked the ball before. It's the key, so I'm allowed to talk a little smack.
For them, you've gotten your feet wet. Hello.
Okay.
So you can do this interview knowing that you have walked a ball.
Okay. You have
You ain't
walked the
just
ball.
so therefore you are a ball walker. So therefore you earned your spot to talk
Yes.
ballroom shit.
Exactly.
You heard it first.
But for them that are coming into these next challenges and really moving out of their comfort zone, what would you tell your house to encourage them in these next rounds?
Me personally,
Mhm.
I would tell them do what we do at rehearsals. That's it. Make it happen. Make it happen. They know what to do. If it's face, they know what to do. They know how to sell face. They may, face is not. I would say in ballroom, face is not always given to the one that actually has the best face, but it's the one that makes you believe they have the best face. And it's about the selling of that face that's actually going to make the difference. And they know how to sell. Trust me, they know how to sell.
All of
So,
them, and they don't even walk
all
the
of them.
category, but everybody in the
Exactly.
house know how to sell face.
I mean,
Exactly.
because
Because
when you
this is
come
a
to
face house, not a
when you come
performance
to
house.
the face house, when you come to a face house, it's like that's what you better feel like you a face girl deep down inside too. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
It comes with it. It comes with it all. So it's like
Exactly.
you have to be it all. So that's why I think a lot of people when they come to the house of Mugler, they inspire to be Mugler. They're just like, oh, I don't have face. I'm like, but you walk runway. You know what I mean? But like,
Exactly.
I'm not pretty enough and all that. And I never want people to ever feel like that because it's all in your self-confidence. It's how you feel.
Attitude.
You know what I mean? Because if you don't feel your best, everybody's gonna know it. But if you feel your best, you walk with your head up and you sell it and you feeling good. And even if you don't, you're not on your A game, you still got your head up high. Like people will never know. And I think that that's just like something that we try to instill into everybody that's in our like family that like, listen, you're Mugler. The hard part is over. You here now. Now hold your head up high. You be fab, and you just and you be Mugler. You be porcelain.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Yeah, I have to admit when I
Exactly.
saw the promo pictures, and every house had a picture, and I saw the house in Mugler, I was like, I mean, all I saw was
Yeah, they all were like,
Yeah.
they was on the face.
I was
You was like, what in the face?
y'all are supposed to be striking bold poses. All I'm saying, y'all doing just basic performance. That's all I see.
Yeah.
They were selling face. So they know what's up. So don't play with them with the face category.
Okay.
Legendary.
Don't count them out, baby. Don't count them out. You don't have to have face, but it always helps. Okay.
Good. So that was just a taste of the Friday Night Key. I love it. Yes.
Hey.
Friday Night
Key to
Key.
do for the first episode because we've got plenty of episodes to go. This is just one of many.
Okay.
I can't wait. Y'all need to have me back. I don't know if I'm invited. You got to ask the production and the producers to see if I can come back because I want to kiki every Friday with you girls. I'm just playing.
I hope they bring me back too. I'm just the founder. That's all.
Of course.
For the Friday Night Key. The Friday Night Key.
Of course. Of course. No, but definitely want to give a shout out to all you guys who are watching the Friday Night Key with the incredible, iconic porcelain house of Miyake Mugler. Make sure you follow all of us. Our handles will be flashing. And of course, subscribe to the channel because there's so much content. You want to learn more about archive balls that we have there.
Absolutely.
There's so much information. And of course, as you heard it from everyone else, we coming back for the next episode. And believe me, we're going to be lifting up some layers and diving deeper and deeper into that gushy. Okay?
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
I don't know about y'all, but I'm coming fully effective the next one.
Yeah,
As
we coming up.
should. And
We
you
coming up in drag next time.
We coming up in drag next time. It's gonna be we gonna be part of the episode.
That's what I need on my Friday
How about have
night.
a stern filter on of somebody else's hair?
I ain't shaving my mustache though. I'll tell you that now.
Oh dear. But this was fun, Janelle. Thank you for being
Thank
Thank
such a
you.
great host.
Yes, and we'll
I had a
definitely
lovely
see you.
time.
Thank you for having me because I had a lovely time.
Yes, Janelle
Oh,
Simone, Miyake, cousin Miyake Mugler.
that's right. I'm your
That's our
cousin.
cousin.
That's
Yes,
right. Your
our good
kinfolk.
looking
Hello.
cousin. Our
Hello.
beautiful cousin. Uh-huh.
So we'll see you next time. Thank you
She
again.
got face,
Make
y'all.
sure you watch the episode, and we'll be here next week.
Yes,
Okay.
bye, everybody.
Mwah.
Miyake!
Mugler.
Yeah.
Hey!
Hey. All right.